Hello, Max. I'm going to read you a story called "And to Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street" by Dr. Seuss. When I leave home to walk to school, Dad always tells me, "Marco, keep your eyelids up and see what you can see." But when I tell him where I've been and what I think I've seen, he looks at me and sternly says, "Your eyesights are much too keen. Stop telling such outlandish tales. Stop turning minnows into whales." Oh, you gotta see the picture. Sorry. There's not much picture there. All the way to school and all the way back, I looked and I looked, and I kept careful track. But all that I've noticed, except for my own feet, was a horse and a wagon on Mulberry Street. And there's the horse and wagon. That's nothing to tell of. That won't do, of course. Just a broken down wagon that's drawn by a horse. Get some more light on the subject. That can't be my story. That's only a start. I'll say that a zebra was pulling the cart. And that is a story that no one can beat. When I say I saw it on Mulberry Street. Look at that. Yes, the zebra is fine, but I think it's a shame such a marvelous beast with a cart that's so tame. The story would really be better to hear if the driver I saw was a charioteer, a gold and blue chariot, something to meet, rumbling like thunder down Mulberry Street. No, it won't do at all. The zebra's too small. A reindeer is better. He's fast and he's fleet. And he'd look mighty smart on old Mulberry Street. Hold on 1 minute. There's something wrong. A reindeer hates the way it feels to pull a thing that runs on wheels. He'd be much happier instead if he could pull a fancy sled. A reindeer and a sled. Say, anyone could think of that. Jack or Fred or Joe or Nat, or maybe even Maxwell. Say, even Jane could think of that. But it isn't too late to make one little change. A sleigh and an elephant. Now that's something strange. I'll pick one with plenty of power and size, a blue one with plenty of fun in his eyes, and then, just to give a little more tone, I'll have Raya with rubies perched high on a throne. Say, that makes a story that no one can beat. When I saw it on Mulberry Street. But now I didn't know, it didn't seem right. An elephant pulling a thing that was so light would whip it around like in the air like a kite. But he'd look so simply grand with a great big brass band. Oh. A band that's so good should have someone to hear it. But it's going so fast that it's hard to keep near it. I'll put it on a trailer, and I know they won't mind if a man sits and listens while hitched on behind. But now it is fair what I've done. I bet those wagons weigh more than a ton. That's really too heavy a load for one beast. I'll give him some helpers. He needs two at least. Now, what worries me is this. Mulberry Street runs into bliss. Unless there's something I can fix up, there'll be an awful traffic mix-up. It takes police to do the trick, to guide them through where traffic's thick. It takes police to do the trick. They'll never crash now. They'll race at top speed with Sergeant Mulvaney himself in the lead. The mayor is there, and he thinks it is grand that he raises his hat as they dash by the stand. The mayor is there, and the aldermen too, all waving big banners of red, white, and blue. And that is the story that no one can beat when they say that I saw it on Mulberry Street. With a roar of its motor, an airplane appears and dumps out confetti while everyone cheers. And that makes a story that's really not bad, but it still could be better. Suppose that I add a Chinese boy who can walk with sticks, a big magician doing tricks, a 10-foot beard that needs a comb. No time for more, I'm almost home. I swung around the corner and I dashed through the gate. I ran up the steps and I felt simply great. For I had a story that no one could beat, and to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street. But Dad said quite calmly, "Just draw up your stool and tell me the sights on your way home from school." There was so much to tell, I just couldn't begin. Dad looked at me sharply and pulled up his chin. He frowned at me sternly from there in his seat. There was nothing to look at, no people to greet. Dad, nothing excite you or make your heart beat. Oh, there's the picture. Nothing, I said, growing red as a beet, but a plain horse and wagon on Mulberry Street. That's the end of the story, Max. And probably the moral of this story is that this little boy had a great imagination, like I'm sure you will have as you grow up, and you probably have one already. I love you. You have a great night's sleep tonight. See you again. Bye-bye. I love you. in the air like a kite, but he'd look simply grand with a great big bass brand. No.